crafters, and welcome to another video with Amy Makes That. Today's tutorial, I am teaching you how to make a leather jacket with your Cricut, and it's not applied how you think it's going to be applied. My name is Amy and I create content all about the Cricut, like today's video, including craft business tips, Cricut craft tutorials, Cricut design space tips, font videos, anything that you can imagine about the Cricut. So if you're interested in this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other social media platforms. This leather jacket is being made for my wedding and I'm so excited to wear it. I did make a jean jacket that was wedding related as well, but I wanted to make something a little bit more edgier and different for our reception. As always, all the products used in today's video will be linked in the video description so you can check them out below. Now let's stop talking and get into this tutorial. Say hello to VoiceOver Amy. So to make this lovely moon jacket, we will need to do two main steps, and they are to upload this moon SVG I bought and type in the text with my favorite wedding font. To cut some time, I will not show how to upload the SVG into Cricut Design Space because I already have a video for beginners in case you need some help with that, and I will link the card here for you to watch. Once that is uploaded, we will click the text button to type the phrase "to the moon." I didn't make this phrase all together. I selected a new text box for moon because the placement is going to be a little bit off center. And I am using my favorite script font that I've used for, I believe, almost every wedding project, and that will be linked in the video description as well. So here you'll see that I am adjusting it to the size to the original design. Then I highlighted both and rotated it a bit to keep it on a diagonal since the moon was on a diagonal and I liked it better that way. But these are all little personal preferences that you can change and alter. And once the size is to my liking, I will weld the text. Then I'm going to adjust the size of the entire design as a whole before I weld the entire thing, just to make sure I like everything. But I do want to share a disclaimer. I did make a mistake and I will show in just a few seconds. I did not bold the text "to the moon." When I didn't do this, I noticed the Cricut didn't cut the script enough because the font is so thin. So please make sure that you bold it or thicken it with the offset tool. And I did make an IG reel video on how to do that on my Instagram if you need further help with that. So once you've bolded that text and welded both the moon and the text together, then we can click Make It. I'm adjusting the design on the mat, and then once I like where it is, then I will click Continue. Next is to set the base material, and lo and behold, we are not using HTV today. We are using vinyl, as in permanent adhesive vinyl. Using adhesive vinyl was so much easier and less nerve-wracking because I was not about to put a heat press onto my leather jacket. So once you set that base material, the Cricut will cut the vinyl, and this takes some time because there are a lot of little details in this design with the flowers and the moon. Once it's done, we will click the arrow button and remove the mat from the Cricut, flip it over because we do not want to warp our vinyl, and remove it. The next step is to weed our project, and as I mentioned before, this design is a little bit more intricate, so please be patient when you are weeding this design. It took me about 10 minutes, maybe a little less, to weed the entire design. And I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Do you listen to music, a podcast, or anything when you craft? Sometimes I'm in that kind of mood where I listen to music, and then other times I'm like, no, I need to focus. I need silence. So this was the original design, and as you can see, the font was super thin. Moon was non-existent, so I had to go back and recut the text with the Cricut. And to make sure that the placement wasn't off, I used my scraper tool and removed the original design, and then I cut the text and used some Scotch tape just to tape around on the sides. Make sure you don't tape the moon actually, because that will not adhere well to the leather jacket. But again, do not make the same mistake as me. You do not have to do this step if you bolded your text. This is why we do test cuts before everything. Then I applied my transfer tape. As always, I'm using Dollar Tree, which is linked in the video description. And make sure you use that scraper tool really well because this design is super intricate and we want to make sure that it applies perfectly to the leather jacket. Here is my lovely leather jacket. I placed it on my desk. I also moved the arms out because I want to make sure that the leather jacket is flat. So make sure that the front of the jacket, you can see I'm pulling it out right here. Next, I placed the design on the leather jacket. Didn't adhere it yet. I'm using my ruler to make sure that everything is even and aligned correctly. I didn't make it exactly even from top to bottom. You can see I left a significant amount of room on the bottom versus the top. Again, this is personal preference. If you want it in the middle, do it. So once I have my placement ready, I take some painter's tape, scotch tape, whatever you have, and place it on the top of the design. And I'm scraping it one more time to make sure it is firmly adhered to the transfer tape. And then you can flip that over and carefully remove the backing. This allows me to make sure that the measurements that I just made are going to be the exact same when I apply it to the leather jacket. And once the backing is removed, then you can carefully place it down onto the leather jacket. And then I use my scraper tool again and really get that onto the leather jacket. And as long as you use the scraper tool very well when applying it with the transfer tape, applying it to the leather jacket, you won't have any bubbles. The adhesive vinyl will be permanently adhered to the leather jacket. I was shocked, honestly. I really didn't think that this would go well. Even the night of the wedding, I was nervous that it was gonna get like ripped or anything, but this stayed on the entire time. So if you're looking to apply anything to leather, try adhesive vinyl. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. But this is how the jean jacket came out. So again, if you need any products, they will be linked in the video description. And I can't wait to hear about your experience with applying adhesive vinyl to leather. Now let's close out this video. Thank you everyone so much for watching today's video, and let me know if you thought that I was going to be using adhesive vinyl in today's tutorial. I love the design and I love how it came out. So if you try and make a leather jacket with your Cricut, please tag me on my Instagram, TikTok, wherever you make it so I can see it, because I love seeing your renditions of the videos that I make. And don't forget to subscribe for more weekly Cricut content from me. Thank you again for watching today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!